Hi there, Chair, Committee, and public. My name is Tatiana Arnaud. I am your city engineer, and I'm here today to present the General On-Call Geotechnical Soils and Material Testing and Laboratory Service and Inspection Services Agreement Amendments. The recommendation is that the Public Works and Transportation Committee recommend that City Council authorize the mayor to execute the following amendments for General On-Call Geotechnical Soils and Material Testing and Laboratory Services and Inspection Services contracts. The first being the First Amendment to Agreement A-8078 with Fugro USA Land Incorporated to increase the contract by $100,000 for a new contract value amount of $350,000 and extend the term date to December 31st, 2021. The second is a First Amendment to Agreement A-8079 with Layton Consulting Incorporated to increase the contract by $100,000 for a new contract value amount of $350,000 and extend the term date to December 31st, 2021. And finally, number three, the First Amendment to Agreement 8256-18-PW with Twining Incorporated to increase that contract amount by another $100,000 for a new contract value amount of $350,000 and extend the term date to December 31st, 2021. So we require for our capital improvement projects and various other projects, on-call geotechnical soils and material testing, as well as laboratory and other specialty inspection services in order to complete those various projects. These include street improvements, water pipeline installations. And while we're in construction, we want certain materials to be tested and inspected before they're actually installed. That ensures quality, right? So we're looking for quality assurance here. We certainly do not have the staff or the laboratory facilities to perform these services internally. This is something that's very typically farmed out or done through consulting firms across the board. Most cities do not have these services in-house. So in terms of the three agreements with Fugro, Layton, and Twining, all three of those were approved by City Council in October of 2018. And each of those had a contract value of $250,000 with a term date of June 30th of this year. This is the First Amendment for all three agreements, and we do not anticipate any further amendments as we will be going out with the request for qualifications for these types of services and plan to award those in the fall of this year. So we'll let these contracts lapse at the end of the year, and we'll have the new ones in place with the new request for qualifications. But I am here today so that, between now and then to get us through that period of time where we will be needing them before we go out for a new request for qualifications, I need to add $100,000 to each of their three contracts for a new contract value of $350,000 each, and just extend the term dates to the end of this year while we get the new contracts in place after the request for qualifications goes out. So what did we accomplish through these on-call geotechnical agreements? Mostly soil boring and general investigation and pavement design. So for all the streets that you've seen repaved around the city, we had these consulting firms hand in hand working with us to make sure that we know exactly what kind of treatment should go on these roads, making sure that the soils under don't need to be remediated, or that we didn't need to add thicker base layers, whatever it may be. And then they also did pavement strength testing while we were in construction. So this is a quality assurance thing that we require during construction. So again, reiterating, as far as the financial impact goes, the additional cost for these three amendments is $300,000, or in other words, $100,000 for each of the three contracts. This on-call service agreement work is performed on individual task orders and based on these specific needs and whether or not we have sufficient funding or budget in the projects that are requesting these services. I would say that 95% of the work being done by these on-calls is being done primarily within the engineering division of the city, although others outside of that division have access to these contracts should they need them. That does conclude this presentation as well, and I'm happy to take any questions from the chair, committee, the public. Thank you.